morning, welcome back. Again, we are back at Newhay, because like I said in the last video, physically cannot get onto Majestic this month because it is that busy. So I know I said in the last video that I was going to try make most of my time on here in peg 3 and peg 7, either or, but when I've come to book this session, there's already somebody in peg 3, the lake's empty, or I think there's somebody in peg 5, and then I've come into peg 1 because I didn't want to be that guy that, you know, the lake's pretty much empty, you've got quite a choice of swims, and then you plot up sort of opposite somebody, and obviously potentially if you both, one of you gets a run, it could potentially catch each other's lines and stuff like that. I didn't want to be that person, so I thought I've come into peg 1. I haven't fished in this peg for probably about 5 or 6 years. This is the peg where I first had a 20-pounder from here. I think it was on my 3rd night, something like that, in September 2014 or whatever it was. And it's me and Chris called the fish Pearly, just because it's like the pattern of some of the scales look like pearls, if you like. And it was 21 pound 5 ounce. It now roughly hits 27, 28 pound, but somebody has renamed it. It's called Vinny. I mean, it was never officially called Pearly, it was just between me and Chris. But yeah, so same as last week, I've got one rod on a solid bag, same mix, same rigs, same whole of mackerel liquid squirted in, and then the other 2 rods are on a little spot which somebody had put me on for this peg. It's not that far out, you can get 2 rods onto it. Apparently when they fished it, they've done pretty well, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of like the spot what I call the pretty spot in peg 2. It's kind of like this side of it, but obviously because we're fishing from peg 1, so you never know. I mean, the lad who sort of told me about it, he caught Pretty and the Queen off this spot, not in the same session, but he caught both of them fish off this spot. So we'll see how we get on. I'm on it again, I'm on here for 24 hours. I'll be leaving for 11 o'clock tomorrow. But yeah, the rods are out. The rigs are tied, rods are out, baited up. I think it's time to put the kettle on. And I've already had it exactly the same as last week when I was in peg 3. Put the solid bag out, bobbing, dropping back down, back up, back down, and then, well, last week, about 5-10 minutes later, it would go. I mean, it hasn't yet, but there's still time. The weather's looking absolutely spot on for it. Big southwesterly pushing into this corner. It's going to be quite strong winds later on. I mean, it is sunny at the minute, but it is going to be sort of going to get to a cloudy, overcast day with a little bit of rain thrown into tonight. So weather's looking spot on for it. Let's just hope the fish are playing ball. I'm absolutely gutted, I've just lost one on the solid bag. One of the lads that were fishing peg 5 come over this morning asking if he could borrow my barrow because he's just got a flat tyre just to take all his gear back to his car. So yeah, no problem. They brought it back, we got talking, Steve, just having a crack and stuff like that. I think he was like sort of just about to go, and he says, right mate, I hope you catch a pretty one this session. And as soon as he said that, left hand rod ripped off, pulled into it, we're kiting right. It sort of came up to the surface. It looked a decent fish. I'm not saying it was a pretty one or anything like that, but it did look a decent fish. Played it for a minute and a bit, boom, hook pull. Absolutely wounded. And I have had quite a few liners on that rod, so I was kind of thinking, is it too far? It is quite windy, so I was like, is there a bit of undertow on the bait's getting blown away, but obviously not. Absolutely gutted it. But just the way he said, "All right, mate, I hope you catch this session," and a second later the rod was off. But it is what it is. A fresh bag back on the spot, and you know, a couple of boilies and stuff on top of it. It's a good sign. Obviously, I think where it is, it's just sat on top of weed like I was fishing in Peg 3 last week. So it is a good sign. Obviously it's still working. There's fish around here. Just gutting to lose the first fish, of course. It's not nice to lose fish. I thought I'd been snapped, but everything was still there. The lead had come off like it should have done. Just a hook pull. Maybe the rig wasn't long enough. It was just sort of on the edge of the mouth or something like that, and it's just pulled out. Hey ho. We're fishing again anyway, but yeah, absolutely gutted. A solid bag again. That's absolutely melted off. Don't come off this time, please. Do not come off. So keep it away from them other rods. Don't think it's particularly big, but that's a start and it will do. Now let's try to get into these pads. Small mirror, common, sorry, small common. Looks like the one I had last time. Well, fish number one. Caught one, lost one. And the last time I came, caught one, lost one. And the first one was on a solid bag. I actually think this is the same fish. So again, I'm not going to weigh it. Proof the solid bags work, sitting on top of the weed. And I actually think you're going back in the course lake this time. At last. Should be two fish, but obviously we lost one earlier. Do I think the solid bags are going to catch me the pretty one? No. But you know, before last week when I came, I'd had a couple of sessions where I had actually blanked. And nobody likes to blank. Yeah, it happens. But I thought if I could, well, I wanted to try the solid bags in Peg 3 last week, which I did, and they worked to, you know, good success. 4 runs, landed 3. But I thought I can use them and hopefully, you know, catch a couple. Yeah, you might catch the odd decent one on them. But while the other 2 rods are on spots where have got rigs and they're over, you know, over bait where I think it's likely that the pretty one's going to get caught from. While they're sat doing nothing, the solid bag can produce me a couple of fish, just to, you know, just to keep the session interesting. And these videos, I guess, because you don't, you know, you're not going to want to sit and watch a 20-minute, 25, 30-minute video of me just sat here blanking, waffling absolute nonsense as to why I ain't catching. So, I mean, I said last week, they are a good method. You can catch some big fish on them. My experience when I've used them is I've not caught nothing massive, but I have caught them close to £20. But hopefully, using these, it's going to keep a couple of bites coming while the other 2 rods are sat. Hopefully, going to, you know, snare the pretty one, AWOL, queen. You know, one of the 3 what I haven't caught. Ideally, the pretty one, because that's the one that I want to catch, and that's what this quest or series is all about. But yeah, we're off the mark. How about, you know, still got plenty of time left, so with a bit of luck we can snag a few more. Big slick off the old solid bag. literally just put this back out and it's away again. I have to go on this side. This feels a bit of a bear fish. I need it over here really. Over them other two lines. That line. It's not a bad fish to be fair. Didn't get it over this other line. Try down here then. That's over them both anyway. Come on. Up you come. To the trees, get in way. Yes. Lost half my net in battle as well. Get in. So mirror this time. Just a smidgen over 13. I actually thought during the fight it was foul hooked, but when it actually came up, I could see the hook plumb in the bottom lip. It's very, very angry. Mirror. Definitely don't want his picture taken. So there we are. Fish number 2. Just slipped that small common back. I didn't put it in the course lake, I just put it back in this one. And I literally put this back out, and I swear to God, in 5 minutes it had gone. So happy days. Fish number 2. Let's have a look at the other side. Some lovely little scales down near its flank here. Let's put it back. Well, Owen, 2 fish on the bank. I reweighed it because I thought I didn't zero the scales properly, and it was actually ounces over 15 pound, not 13, whatever I said. So again, still not massive, but a lovely looking fish, and one that's more than welcome. Conditions are absolutely perfect. Like I said earlier, the wind is absolutely banging into this corner. All right, it is sunny now, but it's, you know, it has been going overcast, and I think we are due some more rain later. It did rain a little bit, so I've changed something I should have done last week, but I didn't. I've put another solid bag on one of the other rods, so I've got 2 rods on solid bags now. See if that, improves the catch rate. See if I can get some runs on this rod as well as that one. I have been baiting one of the margins as well for what I'm going to stick one of the rods on tonight, because that is quite a well-known spot for catching the pretty one, and margins are pretty good for an early morning bite as well, or they always used to be on here. I haven't done it for a long time because I don't know, I just stopped doing it. So yeah, things are going well. There's only me and the lad in peg 3, sorry. He's here for 5 days, I believe. Don't know if he's had anything, because I haven't actually spoke to him yet. But I think it's just keep pressing repeat now and hope the fish keep turning up. I have been trickling some boilies on top of the solid bags as well. Obviously if bites they're taking longer, I can stop doing that, because obviously there's more food for them to feed on before they get to your hook bait. But after catching that small common, that rod it wasn't in the water no longer than 5 minutes, and it melted away again with that 15 mirror. I did think it was foul hooked, like the way it came up in the water at one point, but as I got it close to the net and just about to pull it over the cord, I could see the hook, like I said when I was holding it, plumb in its bottom lip. They were absolutely nailed as well. Both of them were nailed on these little 4 or 5 inch blowback rigs with like a slow sinking wafter, or a very like a 10mm pop-up like I've been using. Absolutely, well, so far in last week they've been the winning formula. Obviously last week I didn't have a touch on my Ronnie rigs and the hinge stiff rigs. Just don't know why. Normally they are the one for me on here. Normally I do pretty well, but since sort of April when I caught Big Girl on a hinge stiff rig, I've just struggled. I've been struggling with them, so hence why I've also changed to the solid bags as well. But it seems to be working. Be nice for the other rods to come into play as well. But yeah, so far so good. Left hand rod again, but I like him down here quick. It's not very big. Again, I don't think. Barely even took any line on the run. Yeah, it's going to be a pasty again, I think, is this one. It's been quiet for a little while, so. Oh, it's come off, but it was a pasty. Another very small common. Never mind. Oh, you're joking. Another one. So that's 3 fish dropped now on the solid bags, and I'm not 100% sure why. Obviously I've felt all 3. I've played all 3, albeit 2 of them for a very small while, but then the hooks just pulled. The other 2 rods have done absolutely nothing as yet. the right hand rod, I did put a solid bag onto that, thinking solid bags are working, try one on there, see if I can get another, you know, an extra bite or get that rod rocking. It's had absolutely not a touch, so I'm not sure if they're coming from sort of this direction, like, I don't know, following the wind sort of into this corner, and then this bag is the one that they're coming across first, and that's what they're seeing and eating and taking and stuff like that. Because all three rods are sort of the same distance out, just sort of at different angles and stuff like that. So I'm not 100% sure when this left hand rod will become the margin rod for the night. I don't know whether to put a solid bag on what will then be the middle rod on that spot, because that's been on the Ronnie rig all day and that's done well, nothing. And then the right hand rod, which was on the hinge stiff rig, which did nothing, is now on the solid bag, which has also done nothing. So I'm not sure. There's plenty of bait out there. I've stopped putting bait in now, especially over them two rods, because you know, they've not done a bite. So yeah, I'm not sure. I need to do some thinking. But I mean, where they are, they're not even halfway to island, so there's, you know, there's still room for them to come round the island and sort of down to here. So I'm not 100% sure why it's just that one rig what's going. I might try, when that goes in the margin, putting the middle rod on this spot, but not on a solid bag, see if that works, and then trickle a little bit of bait out on top. Yeah, alright, there should still be some bait from the solid bags. And then the right hand rod, I don't know. Probably going to put it back to the hinge stiff rig, put it back on the spot and see if anything happens with them tonight. But yeah, it's weird how it's just one rod that's doing it all. 5 runs, 2 landed. Not a great hook to land ratio, but so yeah, bit of food for thought. Need to do a bit of thinking before going to night of what I'm going to do with the rods. One's definitely going in this margin, because I've been baiting it all day. But with regards to where I'm going to put the other two, not too sure yet. So I think I'm going to make some tea because I'm pretty hungry. I've only had a pot noodle for my dinner. And then have a bit of a think, have a recap and a rethink and stuff, and redo the rods a bit later on for the evening. So yeah, that's where we're at up to now. Well, it's been absolutely dead since, well, the last run. I can't remember what time it was. So I've had my tea. It's about, I think, about 7:30, 8:15, something like that now. The wind's still absolutely hacking down here. I did see two fish, sorry. One sort of showed just over the middle rod and one not far off from the right hand rod. I think we're due a bit of rain this evening, so I think I'm just going to get hid away in the bivvy. Probably watch a bit of telly on my phone, something like that. And, you know, hope we can get something in the hours of darkness. I put the left hand rod down this margin, so hopefully that can do a bite when the sun comes up in the morning. That's what margins are normally good for here. Just as the sun's coming up, you normally get a run. Or you used to. I don't know if it's still like it. Like I said, I don't really fish them anymore. And just as I'm speaking to you now, it's starting to rain. Nice one. But yeah, quite a productive day. 5 runs. Shame I couldn't land them all. But made a few changes. I ain't got a solid bag on tonight because I can't keep losing fish like that. For all I know, one of them could be, you know, the pretty one, AWOL, the queen, and it's just going to come off and I'm never going to know, and that chance is gone for God knows how long, if I even ever get another chance. So I'll put them back onto, you know, rigs that I know catch fish. I'm in the solid bag with rigs catch fish, so I've done it twice today. I did it 3 times last week, but I've got like the utmost confidence in these. I just need the fish to get on the bait and find the hook baits. So less of the waffling and the excuses and whatever else. If anything happens, I'll keep you updated, but up to now, it's been very, very quiet and very, very windy. Well, that'll touch all night on, you know, any of the rods. I really thought this margin rod were going to go, if any, but absolutely nothing. Don't know what it is, but since sort of April, since I caught Big Girl and then that 19-pound mirror, I've really struggled to catch here on what I call my normal rigs. You know, your Ronnies, your hinge skiffers, what I use 9 times out of 10 everywhere I go, and seem, you know, generally do pretty well. Last week it was the solid bags what did it for me. This week it's been the solid bags what's been doing it for me. So I'm not sure what's happening with them. They are the rigs anyway. So I've got up, I've put a solid bag back on like the spot where it was yesterday to see if I can catch one more before I go home. I've only got, you know, just under a couple of hours left before I have to pack up and disappear. I did think it was going to happen last night because I saw one show over the middle rod, one show over the right hand rod, or you know, thereabouts, and then when I got laid into bed I could hear a few boshing here, there and everywhere, but no, I don't even think I had a single bleep on any of them. Either that or I was just in a deep sleep and never heard it, but yeah, absolutely nothing. So I need to have a rethink with these rigs, I think. For the next time I come here, it's strange. Normally I use them rigs I catch if they're in, you know, a good spot and then the fish are there. So I'm not sure what's up with what's been happening, but obviously thankfully the solid bags have been doing a couple of bites, and let's just hope it can do one more before I go home. Well, that's it. Time to go home. Didn't manage another fish this morning. Got a couple of liners on the PVA bag rod, and then I got a couple of liners on the right hand rod, which did obviously absolutely nothing all day yesterday, last night. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. Five runs, 2 fish. Shame we couldn't land them all, because that first one looked, you know, it looked decent, but what can you do with a hook pull? Not sure when I'm going to be back out now. I've sort of got my weekends off coming up, so I don't try not to fish on a weekend. I have got some, well, I've got some time off mid-September because it's my birthday. Me, Chris and Barry were off on a lake exclusive for 48 hours. Never seen the lake, never fished it, anything like that, but I do know sort of like the stock what's in it. So there's 50 fish, 25 over 20 pound, and there's 1 30-pounder. I think it's only about 2-3 acres, something like that. A couple of pegs on it, and then there's like a log cabin where you can put all your stuff in and fish from and stuff like that. So that should be quite nice. I may be able to squeeze another 24 hours in between that, but we will see, because like I say, I'm still sort of doing this project work, but on shift days only, and sometimes I am swapping days off for sort of like a day off on a weekend kind of thing, just to so it works better. But yeah, if you like any of the content on this channel, you know, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And if you haven't already, don't forget to check out those memberships. Until next time, I'll see you then.